In this video, we will answer the following questions. How do you collect the information for the DCR? How do you find the answers? Where do you look? There are three sources that inform the DCR: people, documents, and destinations. Let's start with people. Who would you talk to? Pause the video now and take 2 minutes to generate a list of people that you might talk to if you were charged with designing a water bottle. Who are some of the people that you might want to talk to? Well, there's the client, potential users, your fellow designers or engineers. You might consult with experts in the field or research librarians. You can interact with these people sources using interviews or online surveys. Dialogue is important because it gives you immediate feedback and lets you engage with your source. When interacting with your people sources, remember professionalism in attitude, appearance, and appropriateness. You need closed-toe shoes for a construction site and appropriate decorum if your client works in a hospital. You must show respect for your people sources, both for their expertise and for their time. You're only on time if you're early.
A research method student teams often gravitate to when exploring the context of their problem is documented sources. So I'd like to ask you the question, what documented sources would you use in the design of a water bottle? Pause the video, take 2 minutes, and make a list of documented sources that might be useful. Launching into research using documented sources might look like opening a browser, typing in a keyword, and hitting search. It can be overwhelming to see the sheer volume of results, though, and difficult to determine what comes next. The same can be true if you go to a library and look up a keyword in a card catalog. There may be no indication of where to go next in your research or what to do with the volume of information that you receive. Luckily, we have a couple lists of better sources that you can use to start your project. And the first place you might want to start is a textbook, which includes relevant topics about your project. Another place might be a review paper or simply an overview of the topic itself. There are also opinion pieces written by experts in the field, and these are called white papers. There's also databases that could be project-specific that you could use. Finally, another type of document is peer-reviewed literature. These are peer-reviewed sources. The peer review process is one in which experts verify the truth of information. When you're searching online, it can be easy to fall into non-peer-reviewed sites or sources. Wikipedia, company info, or shopping sites are not peer-reviewed, and that means that the information on these sites has not been independently verified. Upon hearing the strengths of peer-reviewed literature, you may wish to jump right in with primary sources. But there are certain pitfalls that are associated with these. Specifically, peer-reviewed literature or primary literature is hypothesis-driven, narrowly focused, and highly detailed. And it can be difficult for you and your design team to identify and select relevant keywords or information for your design project. So for that reason, when you begin using peer-reviewed literature, we recommend starting with a broad source like a textbook or review papers.
There are some important strategies that you can use when doing online research. The first tip is to do keyword iteration. Brainstorm some different terms that are related to your design project, and then search different combinations of those terms to find the best sources. The second tip is leaving yourself some breadcrumbs. As you navigate from link to link and site to site, you want to make sure that you identify which were the most important so that you can find them again. The third tip is the 3 times rule. Make sure that you verify any facts with 3 independent sources. While doing online research, the biggest risk is that it can be a complete time sink. Limit yourself to 15 minutes. If after 15 minutes you haven't found the answers you're looking for on a particular search, ask for help or change your strategy. The third source of information for your design context review is destinations. If you were designing a water bottle, where would you go for background information? Pause the video now, take 2 minutes, and generate a list of such destinations that you might choose for doing research on your water bottle design project. Among the destinations that you might have identified for collecting background information for your water bottle design project, perhaps you thought of visiting users in their natural habitat. For example, you could go to a bicycle shop and ask cyclists how they use water bottles or observe how they place water bottles on their bicycles. Or you could go to a store and look at the variety of water bottles that are already on the market.
So in summary, we've just reviewed some research methods to help you collect information for your design context review. These three sources we've discussed were people, documents, and destinations.
We discussed who you might want to talk to and how you might interact with them. We also discussed strategies for identifying and finding relevant documents. And third, we showed some examples of destinations that you might visit.